Another Thursday, another
Fire with Dad, baby. Cha-ching.
You
Fire with Dad, baby.
You actually got it right.
Cha-ching.
Can you believe that, Kylie? He didn't screw it up this week.
I'm a non-screwer-upper.
Non-screwer-upper. Here we go. Fire with Dad. This is week 1 of 1 where Dad didn't jack up the entire intro. So, Dad, I'm proud of you.
Cha-ching.
So that ought to be a goal on your – we're going to talk about goal setting. You ought to have a goal on your sheet to do the intro correct every week.
Every single week.
Every single week.
I've done it 3 out of 4.
So, Dad, what do you want to talk about today?
Goal setting. How to get yourself to that next level. Everybody's got to have goals. And what you got to do is, how do I get to my goal? It's nice to have that goal, but how are you going to get there?
Yep.
You got to dissect it.
And my easy way I always explain this is I never forget, I think it was junior, senior year in college, Christy and I were going to Myrtle Beach. And this is before these devices. I don't think we even had phones.
No, you didn't.
I don't think we had cell phone. I had a pager.
Well, I had a bag phone. I had my Cadillac. My Cadillac.
You didn't have a Cadillac then. This was way after that.
94. As when you were in high school, I had my phone
this would
in
have
my
been
car.
College, 1998.
I know. When you were in high school, I had.
You didn't have a Cadillac then.
I had a Cadillac when you were in high school.
You didn't have a Cadillac when I was in college.
No, I didn't. I didn't have a Cadillac.
Okay, so I digress. I
had a bag phone.
Got Joe Biden here. Sorry. So the goal setting part of it was, I remember we were going to Myrtle Beach, didn't have GPS, didn't have the phone GPS, got on MapQuest. Here's Erlanger, Kentucky. Here's Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. How the hell do we get there? And, printing that off and then handwriting like some things that you told me, like, oh, there's going to be this here. And so that way we get there. And granted, maybe if we didn't print that out, we would have gotten there. Probably not as safe. Might have gotten carjacked. Might have ran out of oil, gas.
Might take a day extra.
Might have taken us a day longer. Well, everybody loves New Year's resolutions. Everybody loves to reset all the bullshit that, I didn't do anything this past year. So you know what? I'm going to finally lose weight this year. I'm going to finally make more money this year.
Well, you want to hear the story about how I got to North Carolina?
Well, hold on. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So figured it'd be good idea to talk about understanding where you want to go and how you're going to get there. So, for example, you said about a month ago when I was kicking the crap out of you in Vegas that you wanted to lose 50 pounds. And I said, prove it to me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, walk you on the treadmill, 15 minutes a pop, work your way up. And here we are a month later, and you did 25 minutes today.
Cha-ching.
You've been consistent. You've been crushing it. You lost some weight, right?
I think so. I think I've lost at least 1 inch off my belt.
You need to pull your shirt up. We don't need to see. What are you, Larry Flint now? Is Hustler? Get a refund here. Maybe
you want to hear a good story, though.
Okay. So let's go to your North Carolina trip.
Okay. I get out of college. Okay. I'm getting hired by Valspar Paint to be in sales.
Did they have cars when you were in college?
Just barely.
Jeez.
So anyways, 1969. Okay, I got a 1969 car. So I'm being transferred to North Carolina from Rockford, Illinois. Well, I have one piece of furniture. I have a recliner. So all my buddies and I had 3 buddies that we hung around with. Okay, it was Larry, and I actually could call him Larry, Daryl, and Daryl, but it was one guy's name's Larry. Okay, and the other guy was named Michael. And the other one was, I can't remember his first name now. But anyway, they had a van. So we got in the van. We're going to North Carolina. Nobody's got a map. No one looks at a map. We just go, it's down there. We ended up in Memphis, Tennessee, okay, to start off with. All right. But you got to remember, North Carolina from
Memphis, Tennessee, that's the far west.
Tell me about it.
Tennessee.
Okay. It's about a 14-hour drive from Rockford, Illinois to North Carolina, even if you stop and have breakfast and lunch and everything else, okay? We were there 24 hours later. We went to Memphis, Tennessee, which is completely out of the way. So we ended up taking I-40 all the way over to Greensboro, which is way north of Charlotte, and then went down. We never did. We finally stopped at a gas station and says, you guys got a map by chance? We have no clue where we're at. So guess what? If you got a goal and it's North Carolina and you got no map, guess what? It's going to be forever to get there. Cha-ching.
So there you go. So you want to have, and you just said cha-ching, and Peter Glenn said cha-ching, and then Matt Plapp, somehow I just said cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
That might be the other Matt Plapp. Well, the real Matt Plapp, please stand up. So I agree completely. And I feel like that's one of the biggest problems is that people set these goals. I've been around the fitness industry now for 13 years. And I've watched people all the time, like commit to these, or they write goals down. And I think I said something the other day to somebody. I said, we don't negotiate with terrorists. You yourself, the space between your ears is the biggest terrorist you have when it comes to setting your goals, because you negotiate with yourself. You set an alarm.
Procrastinate.
If you set an alarm to get up at 6 a.m., fucking get up at 6 a.m.
Don't push the button.
There is no such thing as a snooze. If you say, I'm going to XYZ, then do it. And that's one of the things I love that Tom helped us develop, the daily goal tracker. And I did a video on this and I posted it. And look at this. Like, I can look on here and see, now I'm getting a late start on these new goals this week, but I've got a goal of create and send out content. And Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I checked it off. And I want to do that 75% of the month. So I'm going to go in here and put my numbers, and it'll tell me what percentage I am towards my goal based on those days. But that's the big thing, is if I can continue, if I want to look at me, I want to increase our company sales. I understand how to increase our sales. It's create more content. It's talk to more people that should be buying from us. Like, I have a call here in 5 minutes with a restaurant that's coming on board. And then I should be training my team. The next part for me is I have certain money things I want to accomplish. And the next thing is I call mind, body, and spirit. I want to become bulletproof, unbreakable mind, body, and spirit. Mind is reading. Spirit is doing some of the right stuff in my personal life. And then body is working out.
Let's do one more thing.
It's
dissected. Let's just say, for instance, that you're a salesperson and your goal is $100,000 in new commissions this year in sales. Okay. Well, you know that you got $100,000. So what we want to do is, how many sales do you have to make to get $100,000? All right. So if your commission's okay, or $500 per sale, you got to make 100 sales to get to $100,000.
Well, do your math again there.
Yeah, right.
100 sales would be 1,000 times 100 to 100,000.
Well, whatever.
Half of 1,500 would be 200. So
200.
Maybe get your directions from somebody there.
Dissect it. Okay. How many sales do I have to get my $100,000? Then, okay, what's my closing ratio? My closing ratio is 50%. Okay. Then I got to have X times 2 number of contacts, number of presentations. All right. Now divide that up. How many do I got to do each month? How many do I got to do each week? How many I got to do each day? Well, I just finished with one of the match salespeople about an hour ago.
Who was it?
Stacy. Stacy's got to meet her goal. Right, she needs to do 4 presentations a day. Okay. Which will get her commissions that she wants to be at. Okay. We dissected it all the way down to one day. She does 4 presentations every day. She's done. She does 5, and she may be more than that.
Yep.
6. Okay.
And it's the same way with marketing. As a business, as a restaurant we work with. I mean, Stacy's opportunity that she's presenting in restaurants is a chance for them to market better, more effective. Restaurants should say, hey, I've got 365 days. How can I better market every day? What task can I take? And if 365 days a year as a restaurant, I do something that's going to help me move forward and get more eyeballs, I'm going to succeed. If I sit on my ass half those days and pass up opportunities like Stacy brings, or this company brings, or Zach Oates from Ovation brings, then you're going to miss those chances to market your restaurant correctly. And that's a huge issue.
Yeah. When I'm coaching people, I make them set their goals up and we break it down. What do they got to do each day? And guess what? My question to Stacy was, she had this number, gigantic number. And we broke it down that one day. I said, Stacy, is that 4 presentations tough? No, that's actually pretty good. Well, guess what? That now gets to her goal. Break it down so it's easy to see.
It's called eating an elephant one bite at a time. That's all we got for today.
Cha-ching!
Cha-ching, baby.
Fire it up.
Look at the ring, by the way. You gotta love that ring.
Look at this ring.
My ring's a lot better. We're out.
Cha-ching, baby.